All right, welcome back this week. As you can see, I still haven't finished unpacking from my show this weekend. I had a busy weekend. Saturday I had a show, and then Sunday we had a birthday party at the house. So I haven't had a lot of time. I've been doing other things too. Just to give you an idea of what it takes to be an indie author. Um, it's not just writing and editing. This week has shown me a lot of that. I've kind of had to regroup. Here comes Freya. I've kind of had to regroup my, I guess, marketing campaigns. Kind of rethink things. I mean, I kind of revamped the website. I streamlined it a little bit. I haven't been good about doing blogs, so I need to start doing that again. It's just content creation is so time consuming. And not only are you writing and editing your work, but you have to take time to create content, drive, get your name out there, website sales and whatnot. I do a lot of research on, or I have been doing a lot of research and improving the SEO on my website, developing the online store, e-commerce and whatnot. But you still have to find a way to drive traffic to it. Otherwise, you just get lost in the fray. And this is almost a full-time job to do all of the marketing on all of the social media platforms and a website and keep up with all of your writing and editing because you have to continually produce new stuff. Otherwise, whenever you go to shows or you run into people and they're, hey, what's new? And you say nothing, that's a lost sale because they're looking for more content, more of your work, and you don't have it if you're not working on it. So it's like this balance, and sometimes I feel like I need an assistant. I can't keep up with all of it. There are so many. I mean, right now I'm on this YouTube platform. I've got Facebook. I've got Twitter, which I don't do a whole lot on Twitter because I've just found it's making connections, and kind of networking is what happens on Twitter. Um, as far as reaching readers, I really don't find that as an option. We've got Instagram. Instagram's tricky because I'm not an artist. I don't have a visual piece to my craft. So trying to find a way to make it relevant. Then trying to do TikTok. So by the time you add in all of those different platforms, and then you have a website and a blog, to continuously create content on a regular basis and keep up with writing and editing new books, I almost feel like I needed somebody, but I don't have enough funds to hire someone to do it. So I'm kind of stuck in this. I've got to do it myself, but you can't sit and do nothing. I think that's my point, is that a lot of indie authors, they finish the book, they edit it. It's great. It's a wonderful piece of work. And then they put it out there on Amazon for sale. And they sell in the first month or so several books to friends and family and whatnot. And then from there, sales drop off if you don't have marketing, if you don't make yourself known. Um, and I think that is a big complaint. And a lot of it is, well, how do I market? And there's no cookie cutter answer for that. And I think every book and every author is different. I think you just have to throw a lot of shit at the wall and see what sticks. And that's completely honest. You have to just be willing to try a lot of different things. So I kind of took a moment to reorganize this week on kind of, I guess it would be my marketing plan. Not just marketing, but just work in general. So one thing that I want to do is I want to do some social BookTok readings. So I'd like to take a reading from each character in my Realm of Thrall series and kind of pair that with the art in the background and do a quick reading of an excerpt from that book and put that up on TikTok with the hashtag BookTok, because that's kind of the realm that would be in. Also, apparently, somebody told me that there is TumblerTok, so I make the glitter tumblers. Apparently there's also TumblerTok. So I need to work on, so my studio is down in the basement because I work with glitter and it gets all over the place. So I don't have a nice, beautiful looking studio. It's a concrete floor and a concrete wall. So I'm going to have to, I have a green screen. I am going to have to figure out a way to rig that up down there so I can have at least some kind of a background. I think lighting is okay. But to start doing some TumblerTok videos on TikTok, I am going back. I've done a good job of editing past work. So I have a couple works that I know have quite a few typos in them and errors. And so I've made those a priority. I want to get those kind of updated and cleaned up a little bit before I upload them to the pre-order forever. And then I'll upload them. Of course, the next print run that I do will be the newer version with the improved edits on there. As far as blogs and marketing, I have the Titan Home Villa comes out once a month on the first of every month. I need to schedule some social media posts. I can schedule my content to come out on the first of the month just to let people know, hey, there's a new episode available on Villa. Right now, I'm not doing that. And that would be something that would be really easy to schedule because I already know what the pieces are. So I can kind of put little teasers out there for that. But it's taking the time to go in there and create, it needs to have probably a graphic or some kind of video and then what the content is, like if I'm going to do a quote or a little excerpt from that particular episode and kind of tie it in. I probably need to go back and do all of the other episodes and maybe a building up to and then do once a month because I kind of want people to have a feel for the Villa and want to go out and purchase that. Let's see. Making the Realm of Thrall posts. So the videos that I made for BookTok can also be uploaded to other social media platforms, being Instagram and Facebook. So I need to figure out a way to schedule those as well. Marigold coffee pairings. So for our Marigold Festival, I sell the Geek Grind coffee. The rules of the Marigold Festival is that you have to have something, it has to be handmade in some way, shape, or form, meaning that you have to alter it in some way, shape, or form. You can't just purchase something from China and, sell that there. It's supposed to be a craft festival. So I basically came up with excerpts from some of my existing work to kind of represent each coffee flavor. So, I have a blurb about dragons from my Path of Ascension trilogy for the dragon roast coffee and whatnot. So I have finished creating like little brochures. I need to get those printed and then attached to the coffee. And I'm still not even sure that they're going to allow me to sell it anyway. I have sent a question to the organizers and I've not heard anything back. So it'll kind of just be, I'm going to set this up and, if they tell me to take it down, I guess they tell me to take it down. But that's another piece of marketing that I'm working on. I do need to still relaunch Plot a Course to Novel Success. I think I could do better videos for that. I need to look at my sales platform. Okay. Right now I'm pretty much selling, I put things on the website, on the online store, but and it's on Amazon, of course, but there are other avenues that I can sell. I have a few books on Smashwords and the Kindle, the Barnes and Noble Nook available, but I think I only have a couple books out there and I don't think I have a completed trilogy out there. So I need to take the time once I finish all of these edits of these books that I want to kind of clean up a little bit. I need to go back through. I have a Smashwords account. I have Barnes and Noble. Also add Goodreads in there. I need to go in there and just make sure that my presence on all of those platforms is 100%. Not just a few books here and there. They need to all be there. They'll all be the same pricing, of course, because you can't offer preferential pricing on another website as opposed to Amazon if you want to be still in the Kindle Unlimited space. So it'll be same price across the board. But that's probably something I need to look at whenever I go in there and edit these things. I need to take a second look at pricing. I need to take a second look at keywords, metadata for all of the books, descriptions for the books. If any of that needs to be updated, I need to make sure that that gets done. And then I also need to put the Realm of Thrall Stones game up on Amazon. And then that has to be something I have to be prepared for to ship product out when orders come in. So, and that doesn't even include, I have to write the final book in the Legends Chronicles. It's probably about halfway done, but I haven't touched it in a while. I haven't really been motivated on that piece. I need to fall in love with it again. I need to write some more Titanholm Bellas so that I can stay ahead of that. I have some ideas on where the story is going to go, but again, I need to put those on paper. Otherwise, you know, those ideas will flutter away from my brain as I worry about all these other things. I still have the Titanholm game, the board game that I was developing. I can't, you know, lose steam on that. I've done a lot of work there, and I have ideas, and I know where it needs to go. It's just a matter of sitting down and writing the exact details of that. And then I've started kind of brainstorming and outlining for the next installment of the Rune Master Saga during the Cold War, and also my cyberpunk follow-up to the Titan Code series. I have a lot of really, really good ideas on that. I'm starting to do research on originally, it was going to be like a space opera. It is still going to be a space opera, but one of the things I kind of wanted to do was kind of give it a Wild Wild West feel up in space. And I want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about whenever I start to write this, and I understand the mechanics of space. So I've been reading astrophysics books. So been trying to make sure that I understand how, you know, space travel would work, what kind of planets are out there, what kind of chemical makeups those planets might be, what their inhabitants might look like, as opposed to, you know, like the number one possibility is, of course, like us, carbon-based life forms, but there's also a possibility that there could be silicon-based life forms, you know, so trying to figure out, okay, well, what would that look like? That's a lot of like just almost like just like a philosophy, like how would these other societies develop? What would they look like? How would they be structured? What would their commerce look like? What would their governments look like? Their technology? What is this? I mean, that's a never ending what if rabbit hole that you can fall down. Especially, you know, I've been watching a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson videos, you know, to kind of get my mind thinking in that direction. And then, of course, reading the astrophysics books and understanding, you know, laws of thermodynamics and all of that. So, yeah, fun stuff. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of all of the other things that go into being an indie author if you want to be successful at it. It's not just upload this and sit back and collect the money. You have to work at it. And you have to try things, and you have to constantly stay on top of it. And I feel like sometimes I spend more time doing these things than I actually do writing and editing books. So every once in a while, I have to go back to the basics and say, hey, wait a second, I have to develop a new product. But at the same time, you have to let people know that that product is out there. So it's kind of a give and take relationship. So I'll let you know my progress next week. Thanks. Bye.